What's going on, guys? Back again with another episode of the Turtletown Mangoes Dynasty. If you missed last week as we took on the Missouri State Bears, be sure to check out that video down in the description. And now let's get ready to take on the Delaware Blue Hens here in week 2. As you can see here, we're once again a double-digit overall underdog as we go into Delaware. This is also going to be our first road test, so hopefully we don't have too many issues with our composure dealing with stadium pulse. But here we are rocking our all-white away unis. Cheerleaders flipping. Delaware's out here thinking they're already going to win this game easily, but they must not have watched what happened last week against Missouri State if they're already coming out here cocky like this. In the background there, you can also kind of see Delaware has almost no people in the stands for this game. I feel like we actually had more people in the stands for our game, but we're going to kick this game off, kicking it deep to Delaware. Let's see if we can just start this game off with some good kick coverage and make sure that we can hold them on this first drive of the game. Gave up a little more on that return than I would have liked to. But now we're going to get a look at this Delaware offense led by their star tight end, Jake Bradell. And we're just going to see if we can get a stop here, start this game off just like we did against the Missouri State Bears. And here we go, out here on the field for 1st and 10. Delaware's got this trips formation to the field. They run that little stick concept that's pretty common. And we make the tackle pretty easily, forcing a 2nd and 9, holding them to no gain. They go with play action here on 2nd down, and that play just completely broke our match coverage, and we're getting our ankles broken there by the running back as well, getting them the first down. Now we're going to get our defense set up again here, hopping on Riddick Jr. They go with another stick concept. Once again, they're taking that short check down. If they want to take that and go all the way down the field, we're just going to let them do that. And as I say that, they hit the same route again. Maybe we do need to start covering that a little more because they're starting to get some bigger chunk gains off of that. Hopping on Miller here, they go with the run, inside zone, and we're all over that with our user, exactly where we needed to be. Now we're going to send the blitz here, see if this quarterback's able to pick up the pressure. He does get the ball off pretty quick. We may need to tighten our coverage whenever we send that blitz in again, but we're able to force him to a 3rd down here. They're looking for this guy over the middle, and we just had no pass rush, and the quarterback breaks loose, scrambling for the 1st down. We're getting Delaware here into some tough situations. We just got to find a way to get that stop on 3rd down. Good tackle there on the 1st down play, holding them to just 3 yards. I'm going to jump on Miller here again. They run the bubble play, but they actually hand it off instead. And we're actually able to make the tackle, forcing them to another 3rd and long play here. Let's see if we can get them off the field finally instead of letting them continue to march down the field. They go with this deep drop back. They got nothing open. We've got it all covered. And there we go with the sack. That's the kind of pressure we've been waiting for from this D-line today. And we're able to get the 4th down stop, force them to punt the ball back to us, and we're going to start on offense here, see if we can get something going with our team. Starting pin back pretty deep here after that great punt from the Delaware team. I'm going to go with this RPO. We're going to hit Shaw, and he's going to get us nearly to the 1st down marker. 2nd and inches coming up. Delaware ran this stick play on us a bunch. Now we're going to run it against them. And we actually got the out route here to Dalton. So we're going to pick up the 1st down pretty easily there. Nice couple of plays. As you can see from last game, Dalton was our #1 target. And we're going to look to get him involved early and often again today in this game. But that last play is going to take us to the end of the 1st quarter. So we'll pick this drive up here at the start of the 2nd. It does look like that outside corner on the right side isn't playing very great leverage on Scooter McGee. But he does drop out. I thought we may have had that out route. Instead, we look to Shaw on the backside here, and he drops the ball on that 1st down play. So we're going to come out here in 2nd down, still looking to sling the rock. Got Scooter McGee on this drag route underneath, breaks a tackle, and gets us a solid gain here to set up a 3rd and manageable. We're still kind of feeling out this playbook, so I kind of like the look of this play, especially if we can get zone coverage, but it is man, and we're actually going to get hit here and fumble the football. Thankfully, our offensive lineman's able to jump back on top of it, but it's going to force us to punt the ball away on 4th down here. Not the start we were looking for there on our first drive of offense, but we're going to get our defense back out here on the field now, try and get another stop and get our offense the ball again so they can hopefully get down the field and score. Jumping on Reddick again here. They go with the slant combo, and once again, just wide open. Too much time in the pocket for the quarterback to make a read there. And once again, Delaware is just marching down the field on us. They hit that curl route, setting up a 2nd and short. At this point, we just got to see if we can hold them to a field goal with how close they're getting here. Maybe we can get some pressure in here on this 2nd down play. They do go with play action, hit the drag route, and once again, they got the 1st down. I'm going to maybe get a little more aggressive here, bringing Gene Dangus, our strong safety, down into the box. Honestly, I wasn't even close there, but thankfully Caldwell, our star corner, the freshman, makes a big play there helping us out. I'm jumping on Riddick here now. We're going to see if we can run some man coverage, and it actually works perfectly. Our defensive line gets in there, gets a huge sack, and now we're actually potentially on the verge of holding them and not even letting them get a field goal out of this drive. I'm on this deep in route. They may have that deep post, but the quarterback had to get the ball away, and now we're back on offense after they punted the ball into the end zone. And as we're back out here on the field, you can see Frank's got the cold symbol next to his name. So we're going to start out with the run here. I thought we had some good numbers there on the right side, but just terrible run stick by me. It's going to force up 2nd and long here. We may have Dalton here on this deep ball, though, and Franks lays it right in the bucket. If we could have maybe led that outside, he might have been gone, but that's a huge play. Dalton letting him know, I'm here, I'm making an impact. You can't guard me today. And at this point, we probably should be playing the clock game since we're under 2 minutes, making this the last drive of the half. But honestly, after that big gain, I really just want to see if we can get them on their heels. We go with the run play here, and Gardner finds a big hole down the middle, a huge run there. And now we are going to take the clock game a little more seriously, running this play clock all the way down. Gardner slipping through the defense, making it a 2nd and 1, and why not just keep giving it to the hot hand here? Keep running the rock, and he cuts back, running all the way through, and he runs through the defenders, scores the touchdown. But as you can see here, our starting right tackle, Tyquan Ramsey Jr., did get hurt the play before. We are going to just sub him out since our backup's a 74 overall. Not much of a difference there. But more importantly, we just took the lead 7-0 against Delaware after really struggling all half to move the ball offensively. Our defense has done a great job keeping us in this so far. And now we're going to send them back out here to see if they can potentially maybe get the ball back one more time before we go into halftime now. On 1st down here, our pressure gets in and force them to throw it away. And now I'm honestly not sure if maybe they're just going to try to run this clock down. So we're going to get a little more aggressive, press our corners up, and that's exactly what they're doing. They're running the ball, but they're actually going no huddle here. So that's kind of surprising. On 3rd and long, they're going no huddle. I'd be surprised if they still try to pass the ball at this point, but I guess let's see. They do try to pass the ball, going to air it out, and that's just the perfect pass play against cover 4. We couldn't get them off the field again on 3rd down. Seeing if maybe we can get a blitz in here, I'm going to send both our linebackers, and we almost get home, but they actually get the running back out in the flat, and now they're already almost in field goal range again. So once again, Delaware's just marching down the field. It feels like we just cannot find a way to stop these big plays from happening, and here comes another one, but they aren't going to use their timeout here. So here we go. I'm hopping on Caldwell. They run the tight end underneath. Quarterback's going to take off here, and he's actually got him really close to field goal range now, and that is going to be their last timeout. So now if we can find a way to get a sack here, that could take us into halftime, and we'd still be up 7-0. And as I say that, we nearly get the sack that we were just talking about, but unfortunately the quarterback just got the ball away. Delaware is going to continue to risk it here with 9 seconds left, and they throw the ball up to the end zone, almost caught. I can't believe we almost gave that up, but they are going to come away with 3 here unless we're able to get in here and block it. Unfortunately, we aren't able to, so we are going to go into the halftime with a lead here. And it looks like there is 1 second left still, so we are going to take this ball out, see if we can make something happen with it. Obviously don't want to fumble, though. But there's just nothing there. They had great coverage there. We're going to take that going into halftime with a 7-3 lead, though. Honestly, that was a pretty ugly half, especially from our offense. Our defense definitely has some things to work on as well. But if you look here, our average yards per play is 11.7, so when we're clicking, we're actually doing pretty well on offense. That one big pass to Dalton definitely helped. And we're going to keep letting Dalton get some reps here, even on kick return, just because he is our best option to break off one of those for a big play. So now starting here in the second half, I do want to still try to get Frank some more reps, see if we can get him a little more comfortable passing the ball. We'll hit Gardner on this quick check down, and now we're going to see if maybe we can get a little bit more aggressive going through the air here. We get Dalton on this zig route, and he's able to make the tough grab, but it is setting up a 3rd and inches. We're going to go here to our power back, Vaughn, let him get a rep, and he's going to run through, break some tackles, and he's still up. What a huge run from the backup. He's definitely earning himself some more reps as we get it more into this season. So 1st down from the 50 here now. I'm going to see if we can maybe catch Delaware off with the draw play, but they were all over that. Their D-tackle just mauled our center. 2nd and long now. We're going to go back to the air since it has been working for us as well. I think we got this drag route underneath to Shaw. And once again, Shaw continues to be a great number 2 option behind Dalton, making some big plays. We're going to get Gardner a touch here on the ground again, cutting it up, getting vertical. And on 2nd and 4 here, it kind of looks like we've got a man coverage look. So I may be looking to take a shot here if we can get the corner route open. It actually was zone coverage, though, so they almost just baited me into a pick. 3rd and 4 now. We've got this curl flat corner route that I really like on the right side. We can look to Scooter McGee on the left side as well. That's where I'm going to look, and he throws a red pass, and we nearly just threw a pick and gave Delaware the ball right back. I don't really like kicking field goals in this situation, though, so we are going to see if we can go for this, see if we can get Scooter McGee on this little curl route, but they're all over that. But the in route from the backside is wide open, and once again, Shaw is making some huge grabs for us there. Really loving the game that he's putting together for us. Now we're going to go back to the run with Gardner. I just had such a wide open hole to run through, and I just completely missed it. 2nd down, we did get a little bit on first there. We're going to go with this counter run. I haven't been the biggest fan of counters, but Gardner putting on the spin move, and we're already inside the 5 now. I really want to get Dalton his first touchdown of the year, so I'm going to call this bubble play. He's a little slow coming out of the catch there, but he's able to fall forward, and that's the 2nd touchdown of the day for the Turtletown Mangoes, extending the lead to 11 as long as this extra point goes in. And now our offense is really starting to click. We've got Delaware in a tough spot. Took a huge chunk of the 3rd quarter away there. And they go with this RPO play, and they're going to hit their tight end in the flat, but Caldwell's there to make another great tackle. And you can tell they're feeling the pressure now. They're going no huddle. They're trying to get as many plays in here as possible. Flipping the defense. We're going to make sure that we're aligned in our spot as well. I'm going to try one of these defensive line stunts as well, just to see if maybe we can get some pressure in from that. We're all over this. And what? How did I not pick that? I thought for sure Latrell Spencer was on that one. Anyway, we got to keep moving forward. 1st down here. We got great coverage, but the quarterback, once again, his legs have been killing us all day. We lose contain there, and at this point, I'm ready to send in a blitz. I think we got to just get some pressure on this guy, see if we can force him to make a mistake. He gets the ball out quick again, though. Our safety just played too far off, and he's 15 of 19 today, so they've been putting a pretty good performance from their quarterback in terms of completion percentage together. That's the end of the 3rd quarter, though, and as we look at these stats, it's definitely been a pretty balanced game. We've definitely been winning the ground game, though, and I think that's been a big determination of how this game has gone so far and why we're up 11 going into the 4th. But as we all know, 4th quarter is when the computer always decides that they're just going to start making it impossible to get stops, and we see it there on that first play. They run the slants, and just like that, they're at the 20-yard line, and they're knocking on the door. They're going no huddle as well, so now we got to be ready to make adjustments, and my zones are all over the place. They're all flipped. I don't know where my defenders are actually at right now, but all that matters is our defense gets in there. We make the sack, and now we've got him to a 2nd and long. Clock's ticking. This is exactly what we need to be doing to make sure that we're making them work for everything here. And another sack here. Our defensive line is stepping up huge as we're in the 4th quarter here. Needing to stop, needing to play here. Going with some man coverage. We got cover 2 man. And 3 straight sacks from our D-line. That time it's Slade getting in there, making a huge tackle. Delaware's going to still try to kick this field goal to make it a 1-possession game. So here's the kick. It's up. I think he might have pushed it too far, but he's able to squeak it right in there. So now we got just under 5 minutes left here, up 1 possession. Going to start out with the run here just to get the clock ticking again, see if we can keep the ground game going. And Gardner's able to push forward there for a gain of 7. A great start to the drive. I think now we can hit some play action here, maybe catch Delaware off guard. I thought that guy was pulling up, but he pulls back on the crosser, and I almost just gave Delaware the ball with a chance to tie this up. So we're going to settle down here, run the RPO, got this quick out on it. They weren't playing up on him there, so I felt like we had that pretty easy. And now we're going to go back to the ground game again. Gardner is just continuing to dominate that front 7 against Delaware. And now we've got a chance here. I feel like this is man coverage, and Dalton may be able to get over top. And he does get the release, but Franks misses the throw underneath. We had Dalton wide open there on that touchdown pass, but instead we got to come out here, and now it's 3rd and 3. We got to convert again. We'll see if we can catch him off guard here with this direct snap. And this time, again, Gardner, I don't know why I keep going away from the run. It just feels like that's been the answer for us this whole time, and Delaware has no reason to, or no way to stop it. So we're going to continue working the ball here. Gardner, once again, just pounding the rock. And Delaware just does not seem to be adjusting to this at all. We're going to go with the quarterback blast here just to switch it up a little bit, move the chains, get the first down, and now back to the ground game. We're going to get Vaughn in here. Gardner's a little tired, so we just want to make sure that we're keeping everyone fresh. Not too much going there on that first down run, but Now we're going to go with the RPO. We've got Scooter McGee out here in the flat, and if we get that block on the corner, we may have had a bigger gain there. But still 3rd and short, nothing too crazy here. We're going to go back to the quarterback blast. This time we run it with Franks. I forgot to make sure that we had Brooks back out there for that play, but it doesn't matter anyway. We get the first down. And after that, we're just going to run the clock down. I am going to kick this field goal just to rub a little salt in the wound, maybe potentially help our championship contender just a little bit by winning by a few more points. And there it is, Tyrese Gardner, player of the game, absolutely dominating performance today. And Ernest Franks had a pretty solid performance too. Nothing too crazy, but 1 touchdown, no interceptions. Again, we had a great performance on the ground with Gardner, but had some other characters in there getting some good yards. Dalton, another big performance. Our O-line was eating pancakes all game. We did give the 1 sack up, though. Defensively, Nathan Caldwell leading the team in tackles. Silas Miller, Latrell Spencer up there. TFLs, our D-line, our front 7, they just absolutely dominated the trenches today. Lots of TFLs, lots of sacks. That's exactly what we like to see. Win in the trenches. That's Mango football right there. Let's keep this rolling into week 3.